Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hit Zone with your hosts, Jay Hits and C Rob. Sit back, grab yourself a drink, and let's talk sports.
Hello, everyone. It's your boy, Jay Hits.
And I'm C Rob.
And together, we're the Hit Zone. Just two homeboys talking sports. Yo, my guy, C Rob. Before we get started, man, you know I got to ask you, bro. What you drinking on, man?
Tonight, sipping on the finest, which is the official drink of the Hit Zone.
It's always good, and it's definitely delicious.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
C Rob, my guy, man. Hey, we had a big weekend for sports. Our teams, collegiate and professional. Cowboys on the professional end and the Longhorns on the collegiate end. Hey, you gave us a little tease on our Cowboys post game. You said that you had something to get off your chest when it come to Sarkisian and the Texas Longhorns. So at this time, my guy, I'm going to give you the floor, and I present to you, Hit Zone listeners, C Rob Unplugged.
That's good.
University of Texas. I came here to win championships. That's the goal. We're here to chase greatness, to win championships. People are going to want to be part of this program. And at the end of the day, this is the University of Texas, and people are going to want to be part of it. I'm honored. I'm humbled to be the head football coach here. It's time to go to work. This work will be all gas and no brakes, and we will go for it to the highest level.
And this year is no different. You know what it is. All gas, no brakes.
Be all gas and no brakes. Be all gas and no brakes. Be all gas and no brakes. Be all gas and no brakes.
Yeah, man. That's been the tagline ever since his opening press conference. We're going to be all gas, no brakes, baby. We running up the SCO on folks. We not holding back. That's been the tagline, bro. But couple of stats for you. Texas is 7-9 under Steve Sarkisian. They've had a fourth quarter lead in 5 of his 9 losses. You can see here, this was against Baylor last year. We're up 21-10 in the third quarter. We lost that game. Against Oklahoma, everybody remembers Red River last year. It's 28-7. And somehow, some way, we found a way to lose that game. And then last year against Oklahoma State, 17-3. We up. We lose. Saturday against Texas Tech, we're up 31-17. 31-17 in the third quarter. At that time, we stopped them, bro. On fourth down, we stopped them. Up 31-17. And all gas, no brakes, right? All gas, no brakes. I'm thinking, oh, it's on now. We about midfield. I think we were on their side of the field. And this man ran the ball 4 straight times and turned the ball right back over on downs to Tech. And that was ball game. That was it. That was momentum. Yeah, we had some other chances of down, further into the game. Somehow, some way, we were able to get it into overtime and Bijan fumbled. I'm not blaming Bijan for this loss. Hey, man, fumbles happen, even to the greatest players. So I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming the coach. Again, 7-9 since he's been here. At some point, last year he got a pass. Hey, he don't have enough guys. He don't have enough. This year, he got guys, bro. Okay, the quarterback's hurt. Bro, you saw we were up 31-17 with the backup. Xavier Worthy was out the second half. You done recruited 4- and 5-star receivers. I don't want to hear you just depended on one. I don't want to hear it. There's no excuse for this loss. yes, Tech played their tails off. They played it as every time we go to Lubbock is their Super Bowl. And McGuire, he went for it pretty much every fourth down. So you give them credit. They played their hearts out, yet Texas still should have won that game. So I put that on the coach. Sark got to hold that. And I hate to say it's a must win coming up this week, but it's a must win. You can't keep losing, and you certainly can't keep having fourth quarter leads and losing. People are gonna get tired of it. Recruits are gonna start noticing it, and heads gonna roll, man. There's good coaches out there, and hey, as a Texas fan, I don't want to keep having, a revolving door for the head coaching position. I really don't want to. But if this dude can't turn it around, if he can't turn it around this season, man, it might be time to look for somebody else. And I'll give you the floor, bro. What's your thoughts on Texas versus Tech?
Yeah, it was a disappointing loss. Texas lost to Texas Tech 34-7 overtime. And yeah, Texas is a young team, bro. But last year we won 5 games, man. I think as Texas fans and as a Texas alum and their boosters and the people who's playing the NIL money, we have to be realistic about this. Sooner or later, we're going to have to get a coach in there and at least give him 4 to 5 years to turn it around. That's just what's going to have to happen, especially when you're dealing with a program who hasn't been a winning program in over 10 years, bro, plus.
Right.
So with that being said, man, it's one of them things that, even with Tom Herman, I feel like Tom Herman could have got the program to where it needed to be. He just didn't have enough time. And of course, he pissed the wrong people off. That was his problem. But as far as Sark, man, I feel like Sark is a great recruiter. I feel like he's an offensive mind. I feel like he is the type of guy that would get top of the line quarterbacks and receivers into the program just based on his name and his pedigree. With that being said, bro, yeah, it's good to come, the next week and hey, let's fire the coach. The coach is the problem. And yes, I feel like Sark could have done more in that game. I feel like Tom Strong could have done more. I feel like Herman could have done more. It's a lot of those things, but until you turn the program around, until you get players into the program who is top-notch players and develop those players in your system and have those players playing at the level that is respected and is what Texas is known for, yeah, man, hey, this is what you're gonna have. It's gonna be some growing pains. It's not gonna be easy. I feel like, hey, we won 5 last year. Realistically, if we win 8, it's an improvement, bro. It's going in the right level. It's going in the right direction, and that's what it's all about. Are we getting better? Is the program headed in the right direction? I think we need to somewhat kind of just excuse the record for a couple of years, and make sure that what we're doing is going to put us to where we need to be in the future. And that's what I'm on with Sark and the Longhorns at this point.
I hear you. And nobody wants to talk about replacing somebody in their second year. Nobody wants to do that. But you're saying right now the trajectory is up. I don't know that. I don't know that at all. I feel like the trajectory is flat. It's flat. This season reminds me of the season we played LSU. We played our hearts out and almost beat LSU. And we thought, okay, all right, we might have a good team here. And then ain't do nothing the rest of the year. The same thing happened this year. We almost beat Alabama, and everybody's like, okay, all right, okay. And then we go and lose at Tech. And hold on, there's some things that stand out that it also makes me question him. Bijan was saying, we're realizing nobody respects us. You realizing that now? Like, you've done nothing to earn anyone's respect. And not only that, so I'm kind of bothered that Sark hasn't told these guys that. And then also, you got to know, okay, you're leaving. Everybody knows you're leaving. You're going to the SEC. They want a piece of Texas before they go. Everybody in the Big 12 want a piece of Texas and Oklahoma before they leave. So you're going to get everybody's A game. I don't think Tech punted, bro. If they did, it was once. They went for it every fourth down. You're going to get efforts like that every game this year, Texas. Every game. I don't know how the coach ain't told them that. You got to tell these kids, hey, man, we getting everybody's best. It don't matter. It don't matter that Texas has sucked for a decade. As long as it's across their chest, there's going to be kids on that other sideline that's saying, man, I wanted to go there. They didn't recruit me. I'm going to kick their butts. And it's going to be the last time I get a chance to do it. Because Texas ain't going back to Lubbock probably ever. Especially after what happened after the game. They'll probably never go back to Lubbock. So them people going to be able to hold that dub, and Longhorns fans got to hold that L. Pretty much forever. Kind of how we do it against A&M. So that's coaching, bro. You got to let these kids know, hey, man, no, you don't get respect. Yes, there's a target on you. And you got to prepare. You got to prepare like there's a target on you every week. And that's on coaching.
No doubt. Hey, I'm not here to give Sark any excuses. All I'm saying is that I feel like for the first time in a long time, we have a team full of 5-star offensive linemen. They're young. We got a left tackle that's probably going to be a first-round draft pick. It's been a long time since we've been able to say that, since like Leonard Davis days, you know. So I feel like we're heading in the right direction. Just the pure fact that he's able to get those type of guys in there is a plus. It gives me a little pause, because, like I say, man, my expectations for the Longhorns are not to win a championship or be a title contender. My expectations for the Longhorns is to win more than 7 games this year, because we won 5 last year. So that's my expectations. Next year, they're going to change. Each year the coach is in the position, your expectation goes up. This is second year, coming off a 5-7 season. Okay. So, like I say, I know it's all gas, no brakes, but I put the brakes on just a little bit when it comes to Texas Longhorns turning the corner and being a contender. Not quite right now. Hey, before we get going further, man, just want to shout out to everybody that's watching the show. Go on hit the like button. What's up to Sprinkle Jones?
What up, Sprinkle?
Appreciate you joining the show, man. We love it.
Thanks for tuning in. And
we're going to discuss them Cowboys. You know, just okay. Hey, we got, we had to get this bellyache out our system real quick, and then we're gonna go to the real deal Holyfield.
For sure. Hey, I apologize, everybody. In the words of Mac Brown, I like to apologize to all Texas fans, but I've been holding on to this since Saturday night. And like I said, man, hey, look, we don't want to just fire somebody after 1 year, or 2 years, excuse me. We don't want to just fire somebody. But the recruiting has gone well. But hey, 5 out of those 9 losses, you had a double-digit lead in the second half. If that continues this season, it's going to be a problem.
No doubt.
You got to be able to finish. You have to. And hey, so that's all I really got to say about that. And hey, man, win your next game. or your next game, and
Yeah,
don't hold back.
forget.
Yeah, don't hold back. Like if you can put 70 on the next opponent, think it's West Virginia, put 70 on them. Don't hold back. All gas, no brakes. Make it really mean something. And we can move on. We ain't got to talk nothing else about. We ain't got to talk about Oklahoma losing to Kansas State. We don't need to talk about that. It happened. Kansas State has OU's number like Kansas got Texas number. It's just I do want to say this now that I said that. Hey man, you know the best football in the Big 12 is played in the state of Kansas. That's a trip.
Yeah.
Kansas and Kansas State. Props. It'd be wild if the Big 12 championship game is against Kansas and Kansas State.
Man. Kansas
But
look
right
real
now-
good, man. They're looking real good.
Both of them look tough. So
Yeah.
props to y'all. We can move on, bro. We can move on. I know everybody. There's probably more Cowboy fans on here, so we can move on to that, man. You know, all gas, no brakes. Let's talk about them Cowboys, man. What you think, kids? You ready? You want to hear what Playmaker had to say about the Cowboys?
What my boy had to say, man. You got to play my playmaker, man. You got to play Michael Irvin. What do you got?
See that? We did it again. I don't know how it happened, but we have done it again. We have stolen another one. I want us to understand this, Stephen A. Here goes the new slogan. It's as a backup in rush, we trust. As a backup in rush, we trust. As our backup of America's team in rush, we trust.
Oh man,
Man, Michael Irvin is the best, bro. Why you sweat so much?
hey, he was in the gym. Hey, Mike be getting it in the gym, bro. Got to give him his credit.
Okay, that brings us this. Hey, man, the Cowboys defeated the New York Giants 23-13 Monday Night Football. Hey, man, it was a great game. Cooper Rush came through for us again. He's 3-0 as a starter, man. I mean, I remember you asking, like, do you think we need to go get a backup quarterback? And I'm like, man, Cooper Rush done his job last year. You know, let him do it. Let's see what he does. And man, he come in. I think a lot of it has to do with Cooper Rush. They cater the offense to him. You know, they understand who Cooper Rush is, or they think they know who Cooper Rush is, so they don't put him in harm's way. They run the ball, and he makes smart throws. He take care of the ball. It's really the same thing for Dak. It's just for some reason they start running the ball. The key to our victory. The key to the victory that day and the key to our victory going on for the rest of the year is this right here, bro. Tony Pollard, 13 carries, 105 yards. Zeke, 15 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown. That is balance, bro. That's balance. Both of them have similar carries. Zeke had 2 more than man. That is balance. That is right there is the potion for winning right there. Stay with that.
No doubt. Hey, and that's what you asked for after week 1. When
That's
you did
it.
your Cowboys rant, that's what you asked for. That's what you got. That's what you've got the last couple of weeks. And hey, Cooper Rush, you right. Hoodie, you right. Cooper Rush look good. Cooper Rush doing his thing. What I've noticed is Coop ain't doing a lot of audibling. He doing that kill. And every Cowboy fan know what that means. Oh, okay, they finna run it. Kill that pass play, we running it. And the way they've been running it, like, all right, shit, kill it then. Let's go. Was Tony Pollard getting like 7 to 8 yards a carry? Like, all right, let's go. Let's go. And what I do think this. First off, there is no quarterback controversy. There is not. What Coop is doing is giving Dak time to fully heal. There's no need to rush him back right now. But I'll say this about Coop. he ain't doing all that audibling that Dak does. I really feel like Dak audibles out of good plays sometimes. And then he audibles into these pass plays and is like, well, shoot, nobody's open. And it's it's only a 7-man, but it's a light box. Why ain't we running? That's what you was complaining about against Tampa. And I think that's his thing. And I saw a quote from him today where he said, not that he's learning anything new, but just standing on the sideline, it's slowing things down for him. It kind of disturbed me a little bit, but okay, yeah, it's slowing down for you. We'll see how it goes when you come back. But overall, man, good win. Good win.
Hey man, shout out to the Keeping It Real Who That podcast, man. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support, my brother. And of course, Hootie June, man. Appreciate the love. Yeah, man. That's like I say, the key is running the ball, bro. Kellen Moore, I feel like Mike McCarthy, whispered a little something in Kellen Moore's ear, like, hey, run the ball more, bro. I feel like he kind of inserted his self into the offense a little bit, like I was pushing for in that first game. I feel like he's doing it because Kellen Moore is making a concerted effort to run the ball. You can kind of see it, and that's what I like most about that win, man. Because the one thing about the Cowboys, our special teams is top notch. I feel like our punt and kick coverage teams are stated top notch, man. We get down there and it's hardly no return on the punt. We got a dynamic punt returner. He gets us yards, like he gives us a short field every time. And we have probably one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL.
Right now?
That right there is, you can win with that.
Yep.
That right there, that math equals winning. What we need from my offense is sustained drives. Don't turn the ball over and stop making penalties. If we can do that, the Cowboys are going to be a tough out, bro. I don't care what you say, how you slice it. And I know everybody is on the Eagles. Everybody's talking about the Eagles. Hold on. Speaking of which, let me show you this real quick.
All right.
They got the Eagles in the power ranking. Let me see. Who is this? Let's shout this out real quick. This is CBS Sports. They got the Eagles as the number 1 team in the NFL, bro.
Okay.
And it's all like every time even when the Cowboys start off hot, and I get the hot start, everybody push them and say that they're the Super Bowl contender and all this. But with the Cowboys, when we have a hot start, they always come to, well, who have you played? You haven't played anyone, right? Okay, let's look at the Eagles.
Who the Eagles played, bro? Who they played?
Let's look at their games real quick. Okay. The Eagles, their first game, they played the Lions. Now I feel like the Lions have improved, sure enough. But I think that was like a 3-win team last year. If I'm not mistaken.
That's something like that.
The Eagles beat the Lions 38-35. I'm not impressed. Week 2, they played the Minnesota Vikings in prime time.
Now, you know what that means.
You know what that means. What does that mean, C-Rob?
That means an L.
You playing the Minnesota Vikings at prime time. What does that mean?
If Kirk Cousins is the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings, they're going to lose.
He was. Okay.
And the
Eagles won. The Eagles won that game 24-7. I'm not impressed. Let's go to week 3. And this is the week that everybody's on the Philadelphia Eagles because of week 3. Guess who they played in week 3? Guess who they played last week, bro?
Oh, I know it was the Washington footballers. Yeah.
The Washington Commodores. And they won that game 24-8.
Yep.
I'm not impressed, bro.
Yeah.
They haven't played anyone. And guess who they play next week?
Who they got?
The Jags.
Oh, shit.
So I don't want to hear down to this. Hey, you know what? Cool. Because I hate being the Cowboys being the front runners. I like the Cowboys to kind of fly under the radar a little bit. So yeah, the Eagles. Hey, the Eagles are number one. But I kind of feel it's a little disrespectful with the Cowboys being the NFC East defending champions, and all of a sudden you got the Eagles as the number one team and the team to beat, not only in the NFC East, which everyone has said is the weakest division in the league. You got them as the number one team in the NFL. The Philadelphia
NFL.
Eagles. The Eagles? Okay, cool. I'll buy it. If you sell it, I'll buy it.
That's fine. Hey, I'm with you. Let them have that, because you know what? This ain't college football. Rankings don't mean anything. Rankings mean nothing. We got to play, and then there's a full playoff. So, see, I'm not super worried about the Eagles right now. But when we play them, they'll probably be 5-0, and that's cool. Let's just beat them, like we always do. We run the East, bro. So I'm not worried about that. That's cool. They can be number one. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not sure. I do want to shout out Sprinkles again, agreeing with your boy. Right? No need to rush to get back on the field. Jerry just talking. Sprinkles. He's a salesman. He's just trying to drum up people talking about the Cowboys. And hey, you know what? It's all sunshine and rainbows when we win. I do want to say this though. We ain't played nobody either.
No.
And we're able to take advantage using our backup quarterback.
Actually, we have played someone. We played.
And we lost.
Hey, Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, Cincinnati is not good this year.
We don't know that.
So far, they're not good.
They're
so
1
far.
and 2. Okay, yeah.
They can't protect their quarterback. At some point, that's going to catch up with you. They did it with smoke and mirrors last year.
I'm going to say they couldn't protect their quarterback last year.
Catches up with you. What's that? Coop's playing within himself, not trying to do too much. Kellen Moore must continue the current formula when Dak returns. Again, we agree with you, but that got a lot to do with that too. We got to hold Dak accountable too. Right?
I don't know, man. I feel like when Dak is in the game, they change the game plan because they feel like Dak can make more plays than Cooper. I feel that way. You keep talking about the audibling. I feel like if they say Dak audible when you see something and they tell him to do that because they feel like they have more. Dak is a better quarterback. He's better fit for the job, and we get that. But at the same time, man, I feel like the formula for the Cowboys to win is run the ball and play defense.
Ball control.
Period. I don't care who's the quarterback.
It's ball control and then make the plays that are there. Monday night, we missed some plays that were there with CDs drop and then the rookies drop. Both of those drops put you in scoring position. Like, would we have gotten touchdowns? I don't know. But at least 3 points. So make the plays that are there. And like you said, chill on the penalties, man.
Hey, can I get a shout out? Can I give a shout out real quick? Let me give a shout out.
All right.
Shout out to Mike McCarthy, man.
Okay.
Again, Mike McCarthy, he's winning with a backup quarterback, something that the Cowboys haven't done in years. Okay. Yeah. Our tight end goes out, Dalton Schultz. And we had great tight end play. Like, what's his name? What's the guy? Hendershot or whatever his name is?
Ferguson and Hendershot.
Hey, them dudes played well Sunday. Them are backups. It seemed like to me, I don't know if it's Mike McCarthy. Forget that. It's Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy has created an environment that's really next man up. Look at Dorrance Armstrong, bro.
Balling.
Dorrance, okay, Randy Gregory, he leaves. He goes and get his money at Denver. Dorrance Armstrong got 2-3 sacks. He got like 3 sacks this year, bro. It's like next man up. Look at our rookie. Tyler Smith, not Tyron. Tyler. Tyler's a beast.
Bulldozer.
Compare him to the Giants' first round draft pick. When was their second round draft pick? It was their
They
second
done
round, I believe, from Alabama.
they done drafted more first round linemen, I think, than any other team in the league over the last 10 to 12 years, and they all suck.
And the Cowboys hit on everyone they draft.
It's crazy.
They hit.
Hey, Tyler Smith, and not just Tyler Smith, but the O-line, it was a lot of that game I was watching the offensive line. How often, I don't know how often everybody else does, but how often do you just watch the O-line when they hike the ball?
I do a lot. I watch the trenches.
It was fun. It's fun to watch O-line and D-line. I'm more focused in on that than I am the outside, the skill players. It's really fun seeing Tyler Smith going and knocking down cornerbacks and safeties. He was looking for people. There was one play he pancaked like 3 different dudes.
3 people. It was 3 people he blocked on that play.
It was great.
And we saw a sneak preview of Jason Peters at guard. And I think the first play they ran was that was the Tony Park. That was the run he wrote.
Tony runs. Yep.
Yeah. And Peter said he could have went on. He could have played more, but he treated this game like a preseason game. So he just wanted to get a couple of series and get out, which is cool. I still think he needed to get in a little more game shape. But man, if that dude come in at guard and do what he did against the Giants, okay.
Left side.
Okay.
That left side looks up, bro.
We'll see how it go.
Hey, and there was some of those formations where they had them 2 and the 2 tight ends on the left. And them 2 tight ends can block. Ferguson can block.
Like blockers.
Just watch. Ferguson
can't block.
Ferguson is going to take Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz got franchise tag this year. He won't be here next year. He's not going to be on this team. And I think he made a business decision this week not to play. And that business decision might cost him because we saw those 2 rookies can play. And you ain't got to pay him $12 million a year to do it. How is it you guys are saying these teams aren't playing anyone when these guys are professional players in the NFL? I feel you, bro. I feel you. But you know what the good teams are and what the bad teams are. Yes, everybody in the NFL is in the top 1% in the world and playing professional football. We agree. But some are better than others. That's just the way it is.
And I say that because the national pundits pushes that. They pushes that narrative, especially Stephen A. Smith. He pushes that. Who have they played? They haven't played anyone. And I'm like you, man. These guys make a lot of money to go play football. So that's why any given Sunday, any team can lose to any team. So yeah, like you say, any given Sunday. Any given any given Sunday. I'm with you, man.
Right.
And a win is a win, a loss is a loss, no doubt.
But you know who the good teams are. You know who's at the top of the draft every year. It's the Jets, the Jaguars, the Lions. They're always there. And really, Washington and New York have been there a lot here lately, too.
Let me ask you this, C-Rob. Who are the top teams in the NFC this year?
Great question. Damn good question. And my answer is, I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
Nothing has been decided, right? It's too early.
No, because I thought after week 1, I thought Tampa was like, okay, that defense looked tough. And then Green Bay went down to Tampa and it was like, okay, no big deal.
I thought Buffalo was the best team in the league.
Hey, I thought the Saints were good.
Yeah.
I thought, me personally, I picked the Saints to lose in the NFC Championship game. Right now, they don't look like a playoff team.
Yeah. Saints need a quarterback. That's all there is to it.
Hey, we thought they had a decent one. The Rams, right now, Stafford is leading the league in interceptions. He has more interceptions than touchdowns. That's the defending Super Bowl champs. So, yeah, I don't know.
Shout out to that boy Simp. He said the Cowboys play up and play down to competition, but I hope the defense keep it up 11 different. Yeah, 11 is different. No doubt about it. It's something to say to that the Cowboys, they do kind of play up their competition, but it's like, that's why I like them being the underdog. That's why I like them flying under the radar. I hate when everybody's pushing the Cowboys because they get to hearing that as players and they go out there and play like they're gonna done something.
Yep.
And like when we're flying under the radar, we play our best football. That's what I like about it. And like you say, man, hey, they say Michael Parsons was sick. He had the flu, and he was still a problem.
Yeah. You could tell. You could tell the people that didn't watch the game, the national pundits that was talking about this game that didn't watch it, said that Michael Parsons didn't have a good game. If you watched the game, Michael Parsons was the reason we won.
Yeah,
he was
happy
on the field, bro.
There was a play where I saw they was blocking Michael Parsons with the tight end, the tackle, and the guard.
Did he still get? And he still got through, bro.
That was the one that he ran the guard over.
He ran the guard. He pushed him over. Exactly.
So it's like that. That's a problem. That's the reason why Tank Lawrence can get 3 sacks.
Yep.
Tank Lawrence has never had a dominant person on the other side. You can say Randy Gregory was on the field long enough to even know his impact. But bro, like I say, Dorrance Armstrong. Hey, if Michael Parsons is requiring 3 people to block him, bro,
somebody.
The rest of the defensive line is finna eat.
Yep, and that's what they do.
They're finna eat greedy, bro. Greedy.
That's what they do. What they have, like 26 pressures in that game?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Hey, you saying you're drinking the Kool-Aid, or we drinking the Kool-Aid? Who's drinking the Kool-Aid? You or us? Because I'm drinking. Hey.
And I'm not.
I'm drinking the Cowboys Kool-Aid, bro. I'm drinking.
I'm not. Hey, I'm happy. I'm happy we winning. You know, when Dak got hurt, I was very concerned that we wouldn't be able to keep it up. But yeah, I ain't drinking the Kool-Aid. We gotta beat some good teams before I, really get on like, okay, maybe we different this year. This defense looks different. And I told you this hits earlier in the season. After we played Tom Brady, I said, who's the next tough quarterback we play? We play Aaron Rodgers down the road, right? Play Aaron Rodgers, we play Matthew Stafford. That's it. So everybody else, bro, I'm going against this defense. I'm gonna probably pick the Cowboys to win every game. And I don't even want to do that. I don't want to.
What about the Rams?
That's what I'm saying. Stafford.
Yeah.
Even though Stafford so far this year has sucked. And that's the homeboy. We want to see him do well, but he sucked so far.
He sucked last year. He sucked last year, really. You hear me?
What's that?
Stafford sucked last year. He made plays when plays needed to be made down the stretch. But man, he threw a pick in the San Francisco game that the DB just dropped the ball. He hit him right in the square of the chest. If he dropped the ball, game over. 49ers going to the Super Bowl. So
that's the thing about Matthew. He good for one. That's even his years in Detroit. He good for, and no matter how great he plays in a game, he's good for one.
Yeah.
That's just how he plays. That's Danny Dimes Monday night. We was waiting. We were texting. I was like, "Oh, we gonna get an interception." I didn't know when, and I was like, "Well, hell, Diggs missed 2."
Yeah.
We missed 2. Diggs could have had 3 interceptions that game.
Yeah. And say, man, Diggs playing some of his best football this year, not last year, this year.
Oh yeah, you got to give him his props, man. Got to. We was hard on him in the offseason, and I think he was listening because that dude's locked in right now. And that's another thing about this defense, bro. We ain't got that whole bunch of turnovers yet.
No.
We start getting them turnovers. Whoo, man.
The turnovers comes in bunches too.
Yep.
They come in bunches. When we start getting them, they're gonna be a roll, man.
Hey, you know what happens when we start getting them turnovers, dog?
The ceiling is the roof.
That defense gonna go on in.
The ceiling is the roof. And this is another thing I like about the Cowboys too, man. And even putting it with Philadelphia, keeping them in mind. I like it when we start off. We don't start off hot, man. I want to be playing our best football in December. You know, let's ramp this machine up. Let's warm it up. Let's don't come out here and set the NFL on fire the first few games, and then you kind of lose some of your juice. I like it. Hey, man, our quarterback went down. You know, we still in the hunt. Our left tackle go down. You know, we still playing. That's what I like, because we're going to get some of these guys back. We're going to start getting Michael Gallup back. We're going to start getting James Washington back. And then we're going to be at our peak. That's when I want to be peaking. Peaking December. I feel that there is a such thing as a team peaking too early. Yep. And again, shout out to Dow 17, man, on the Keeping It Real Who That podcast with the Saints. The Saints, yeah, they're struggling now, man. But do you want to be hot now or be hot later? You know, y'all the Saints going through a coaching change, a philosophy, a different philosophy, breaking in a new quarterback. So yeah, man, I still think the Saints has a great defense. There's nothing wrong with the defense. So yeah, so like I say, man, some of these teams that are hot right now, i.e. the Philadelphia Eagles, let's see how hot they are at the end of December. I mean, at the end of November, the 1st of December.
Hey, it's like us last year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, it was on. But I think both of us was like, man, I think we're
peaking too early.
Right. Let's peak. It's all for me. It's always that Thanksgiving game.
Yeah.
Let's go streaking. No matter what happens at Thanksgiving game, win or loss, we need to go streaking after that.
Yeah. I feel you can be 500. If you 500 at Thanksgiving and go on a run, you're going to be good.
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect, bro. And yeah, we definitely, I think we both agree. Let Dak rest, man. Dak, I hope he ain't listening to Jerry talk about this a controversy. No, it ain't a controversy if one dude's getting paid $40-something million. It's no controversy. He's playing. So just take it.
Why does Jerry say those things? The worst thing that a locker room could have is a quarterback controversy. You don't want your locker room split, saying I want half of the locker room Cooper and half of the locker room on Dak. That's the worst thing you can want for your team. Why does Jerry do these things, man? It's like I think he's getting senile, bro. I think he's getting senile, man.
He just likes people talking, man. He just likes people talking about the Cowboys, bro. So he'll just put stuff out there. He'll just throw it out there and just see what everybody else think.
I get it, but don't let it be a detriment to your team.
It's not.
You can put stuff out there. That can be. The worst thing you want is a quarterback controversy. That's the worst thing you want.
Not this team, bro.
Any team. You don't want when Dad go in and throw his first pick. You look at Tank Lawrence over there like, man, he's doing better. Cool. You don't want that. You do not want that. That's the worst thing you can have for your team.
That's not gonna happen. And we know, but hey, he's gonna throw that pick though in the first game. And he gonna look at his hand.
Look. We don't want that to happen, but you gotta admit it does happen.
Yeah,
it happens.
But what I'm saying is, this team knows Jerry Jones. They know, and they know they can't pay Jerry Jones any attention. Pay the coach attention. I'm saying the team knows.
I don't know, man. Jerry Jones signs their paychecks. We don't know. You know, it's a different. It's a difference. But the guy that's signing my paycheck is saying that he won a quarterback controversy.
Here's my thing, bro.
Hey, hold up. After Jerry Jones is pretty much, he's not in love with Dak. At the press conference when Jerry Jones gave Dak the contract, Jerry Jones said, I believe that Dak got over on me. You don't say that to the guy that you think is your quarterback.
Hey, no, well, he knows he lost that negotiation. But here's my thing. What's happening right now is, not to pat myself on the back, But let me preface this by saying I love Dak Prescott. I love Dak Prescott. He's a leader of men. He's a good leader, and he's a solid quarterback. But when I realized how much it would take to re-sign him, I was like, we need to move on. Draft somebody else. Hey, I'm glad we got Micah Parsons. That's cool. But when you have when you're in position for a top 10 pick, I think this team is good enough right now to where you can have a bus drive. You can't have a bus drive. This defense is good enough, and this offensive line play is solid enough right now to where you can have a bus driver. You don't need to go in on a quarterback right now. That don't need to be the bulk of your salary cap. Now, obviously, there's nothing we can do about that right now, but I think it's going to come up when it's time to re-sign him. When his contract is time to renegotiate, it's going to come up where they're like, maybe we can move on. If they keep loading up on defense, there's more than one way to win in this league. And if you have a top flight quarterback, you got a top 5 quarterback, keep him. By all means, keep him. You got a Patrick Mahomes, an Aaron Rodgers, a Tom Brady, you keep those guys. But if your quarterback is ranked 10 to 15, but the rest of your team is solid, you don't have to spend that money. You don't have to.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, C-Rob, but history tells us that there's only been 2 teams that win with a bus driver quarterback. That was the Baltimore Ravens. I'll give you 3 teams. Tampa Bay Bucks with Warren Sapp. Who was that quarterback?
Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson.
Trent Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer. And what was the
Jim McMahon.
Jim McMahon was decent.
Jeff Hostetler.
No,
okay.
You got to go back and look at those dudes making plays.
Hold on.
Hold on.
There's one more though. There's one more. Peyton Manning with Denver was a bus driver at that point. He couldn't throw more than 20 yards downfield.
That ain't what I'm saying, bro. What I'm talking about is the teams that you named had great defenses. Great. That's the reason why you can have a bus driver.
Eli. Was Eli a top 5 quarterback?
Say, did you see what Eli did on that playoff run?
Was he a top 5 quarterback?
I'm saying in the playoffs, he won the games.
Hey, even Baltimore a few years ago when they played 49ers. Golly, I can't think I want to say Bowler, but I know it wasn't him. But Baltimore's quarterback wasn't good a couple of years ago.
That's what I said. I gave you Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco, yeah.
I gave you them.
But here's the thing: those weren't great defenses. Those weren't all-time defenses. Those were good defenses with good defensive line play that the Cowboys had.
They was the kind of defense that if Baltimore scored 14 points, they was going to win the game.
With Joe Flacco?
Yeah. Because they still had Suggs and Ray Lewis and yeah.
That wasn't that same 0-2 Baltimore defense. I want to make sure you know that.
But they still had players. What was the other linebacker next to Ray Lewis?
But here's the thing. That 0-2 Ravens defense, that's one of the all-time defenses. They were shutting teams out.
I got that one.
That ain't what these Cowboys are. These Cowboys are more closer like that defense the Ravens had with Flacco, what the Broncos had with Peyton Manning, what you just mentioned the other night, what the Giants had with Eli, that defensive line. That's what this Cowboy defense is like right now.
Eli made a lot of plays in that playoffs game.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't need to pay somebody $50 million.
See, Rob,
to make all those plays.
See, Rob, that's the price of doing business, bro.
That's the price of doing
business. Because let me tell you something. You can go out and say we're gonna draft a quarterback, okay? And How many quarterbacks have won in the first round with bust? Like, if you don't think about it, I'm not gonna say this before, man. You know, there's teams like the Miami Dolphins who's still looking for a replacement for Dan Marino. You know, what's the guy? What's the Steelers quarterback? Ben Roethlisberger. He was the replacement basically for Terry Bradshaw. Quarterbacks don't come that good that you could just say, "Hey, man, we'll just get another one." No, that ain't how that works with the quarterback position.
I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying, bro. What I'm saying is the Cowboys might think this. That's the point that I'm making. Jerry and Steven might think we don't need to do this. That's the point I'm trying to make, bro.
Do what? Need to do what?
We don't need to sign. We don't need to re-sign him to a $50 million. The next deal is $50 million plus if they re-sign him. So they're thinking we might not have to do that.
I'm speaking of this.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
I don't know what the future deal is going to be. I don't know. Dak might not even play up to that contract. This first contract, he played up to that. He played to that contract.
Yeah, and they played themselves.
Hey,
they should have signed him 2 years sooner.
I'll give you an example. I'm going to bring this out real quick.
Hey, real quick. Gallup is expected to play this week. Dolph, he is expected to play. It was his decision not to play Monday night, but the expectation is that he will play this week.
This man doesn't have a contract yet. Uh-huh. Do you know Lamar Jackson is on a pace to throw 68 passes, 68 passing touchdowns and rushing touchdowns, a total of 68. Yeah, that's a number that, like, damn, 68.
That's MVP.
This dude don't have a contract yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. They
Ravens should pay him.
Yes.
Like Dak should have got paid.
Yeah, Dak should have gotten paid. Yes. Yeah. We don't disagree.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like that's when you got quarterbacks that make plays in this league, they're going to get paid. Period. You can pay them now, you can pay them later.
Let me ask something. Is Dak Prescott better than Lamar Jackson right now? Today?
I don't think so, no.
Hell no. Okay, cool. Jerry be talking out the side of his neck. He's going to pay the money so he looks like
these stats right here. Take that down real quick. These stats, there's no one playing better than this. There's no one playing better than this.
All right, let me switch the question up.
And hold on. Who's his receivers? Who he's throwing the ball to?
Exactly my point. Exactly. So but the question now is, you get to re-sign both of them for a 5-year deal. You get to choose which one you want. Who would you prefer for the next 5 years?
For the next 5 years, I want this dude over everybody.
Me too.
I want him over everybody.
Me too.
I want him over Justin Herbert.
Don't get me started on Justin Herbert, bro. I'm just gonna let that one go by.
I'm just saying. You know, hey, Justin Herbert is the best thing smoking, according to the national media.
Hey, let me say this about Herbert. He's talented as hell, bro. He's talented. You watch him play, the ball just comes off his hands. Like I said, I love that. But he don't throw the ball like Justin Herbert. However, Justin Herbert ain't done nothing, bro.
He's not a winner.
He ain't even been to the playoffs.
He doesn't win. And he has great talent around him.
Yeah.
Can Keenan Allen go to the Baltimore Ravens, please? And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if Keenan Allen go to the Baltimore Ravens. Keenan Allen's been getting 1,000 yards ever since he's been in the league, dude. Like every year. He's a 1,000-yard receiver every year.
He got weapons. And you're right. Baltimore, for all the good drafting they've done in the past, they failed Lamar as far as getting him help. Simp thinks Dak is putting pressure on himself to show that he's worth the money.
I believe that.
He's looking for big plays. I don't disagree with that at all. I don't disagree with that at all. His play determines future money. You're right, and he made every game Lamar plays, the price goes up. As me and my bros say, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Mm-mm.
So they better go back into negotiation room with him and be like, say, bro, come on, man, what you want? Let's go ahead and sign it.
Guess what Lamar said though at the beginning of the year? All negotiations have stopped.
Yep. And here's the thing, Dak showed even if you get hurt, you can still get your money.
If your owner is Jerry Jones,
somebody was gonna pay him anyway.
Yeah, they were gonna pay him. But I'm saying that team, I don't know if that team would.
Lamar needs to leave, man. They're gonna franchise him. Yeah. They're gonna franchise him. They're gonna have to.
And that's gonna be what, 50 million? That's gonna be 50 million, ain't it?
But bro, if they let him walk,
oh yeah,
that'll be wherever he goes. That's gonna shake up the entire league, bro. And what's up, Charles? Yeah, Mike Williams is a beast. Like we said, San Diego got weapons, bro.
Yeah.
So why ain't they in the playoffs?
What a defense.
Yeah, their defense ain't bad. You know, there are a lot of times people say that San Diego's the Cowboys of the AFC. My bad. The LA Chargers. San Diego of the AFC. But at least the Cowboys do make the playoffs.
Chargers the Cowboys beat the Chargers last year. Dak beat them.
Well, yeah, and yes, Lamar's gonna get his money somewhere. I promise you, they're gonna franchise him, bro. I promise you, they can't let him walk. And yeah, Bosa out, but don't they got my dude that came from the Raiders and the Bears, and now he's with the Chargers.
What's his name? Malik. What's it? Oh, damn.
Can't think of that dude's name. But he's a beast. He's a beast pass rusher.
Yeah.
Like, hey, it's nice to have two.
He fell out for a year or so.
Khalil Mack. Yeah. So, yeah. It's nice to have two. The Cowboys right now is nice having two.
Let's go through a couple more scores, man, of Sunday. Man, this was probably the boringest game in NFL. and I sat up and watched this damn game too. That was crazy. I was in San Francisco, so I watched the game.
Hey, humble brag by Jay Hits
at a sports bar.
Where were you at now? Where was you at watching that game?
San Fran. And that was the boringest game ever, man.
Oh man.
You watched this game?
I actually watched this game today. And I kept waiting. I was like, somebody do something.
Yeah.
Somebody do something, please, man. That was a tough watch, but you would think those two great quarterbacks, but hey man, the Tampa Bay, they had everybody week one, and that's how they beat the Cowboys. But ever since week one, they ain't had everybody.
Yeah, their defense still legit though.
Oh yeah, I mean they held Aaron Rodgers to 14, but they still got to hold that L though.
Did you get a chance to see this?
Man, I did. I saw this moment and was like, oh snap, okay.
Shady McCoy said, all Bieniemy does is argue with the players, knows nothing about passing or play calling. That's an indictment, especially when a player is saying it. He might not get that head coaching job we thought he was going to get.
Yeah, man. But you know what? Real talk.
Andy Reid is looking over his shoulder. You know that.
We all know, Eric Bieniemy is the offensive coordinator, but everybody knows Andy Reid's offensive coordinator of that team.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what Bieniemy really does.
It was just weird seeing them going back and forth, especially with your quarterback, your franchise quarterback, the offensive coordinator going.
I want to say something else about that game, bro. Chiefs should have won that game.
Yeah.
In the last, I don't know, 2 minutes. In the last 2 minutes, they got the Colts down to a 4th down, and they were getting off the field. And I think it was Chris Jones, defensive end for the Chiefs, got a 15-yard penalty. He said something. It was him. It was the Colts quarterback and the ref, and he said something, bro. And the ref threw a flag. That's the reason the Chiefs lost that game. And that got to be a sick ass feeling, man. There ain't no way really. It's only 17 of them, bro.
Yeah.
It's only 17 of them. You can't cost a team like that.
Hey, I'm gonna put the link in the chat, man. If y'all want to come on the show, just hit the link. I see Rich Berry. He's talking about the Baltimore Ravens, man. I know you're a big Raven fan, and we've been discussing your Ravens. So if you want to come on the show and talk about the Ravens, just hit that link right there, man, and we'll put you on. Anybody else who want to come on, don't forget to hit the like button, share on your Facebook. You know, that goes a long way. Just put it up there, and we'll try not to embarrass you too much.
Yo, what up, Mike? Mike Jones, who? Yes, sir, man. It's always good to talk about Cowboys win. Yes, sir.
So I got a question. I got a couple of questions for you, C-Rod.
All right,
pertaining
let's
to
go.
the Cowboys. First of all, if Tyron Smith come back, what happens?
He on the bench, bro. Hey, man. His tendon detached from the bone. We talked about this last week.
I'm not saying if he come back. If
he comes back 100, somehow he's 100%. Man, I really like what I'm seeing from the young guy, bro. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. What he's doing running out, they're using him to pull. He's young, he's athletic. Even if Tyron comes back 100%, he ain't doing that. He ain't done that in years, man.
Yeah.
So I agree with Sip, man. Yeah, Tyron. I think Tyron done, man. He gotta. Hey, man, play with your kids, bro. Don't play football.
Yeah. My next question, bro. James Washington come back. Michael Gallup come back. What you doing with Noah Brown?
He's that other guy.
He's your fourth receiver.
Here's the thing. I don't know James Washington. I don't know that guy. You know what I'm saying? He hadn't played here before. I don't know what to expect from him. You know, it wasn't like he was the number one guy was with the Steelers. You know, it ain't like he was number one there. So I don't know what to expect from him. So I would say Noah Brown's your number 3 until new guy can prove he's better.
It's just one of those things, though. It's like it's position thing. Who's your slot? I don't think Noah Brown is good in the slot. I know CeeDee Lamb can play slot. Michael Brown is not a slot receiver. I mean, Michael Gallup. I'm sorry, it's not a slot. And your number one shouldn't be lined up in the slot.
Your number one should be able to move anywhere.
Yeah, but he mainly need to be out there on that outside.
Wait, I got a question for you. So he redeemed himself. So CD's your number one?
He's the Cowboys' number one.
Is he your number one?
I don't feel CeeDee Lamb is a number one receiver in the league, but he's the Cowboys' number one. You know, and look, it's fluent. That's what I say. It can change. You can change my mind. CeeDee Lamb, you go on a run, you get the Cowboys on a 6-7 winning streak, and you the reason. Oh, I could change my mind, no doubt. I would look forward to changing my mind.
Have more drives like he did that drive where it was the CeeDee Lamb drive. Do that. Do that every game.
I still think it's between the ears with CD, man. I feel like he's putting a lot of pressure on himself. Similar to what Sip said about with Dak. Dak feels like he's trying to play up to his contract, and he put the ball in positions that he shouldn't be putting the ball in. I feel it's the same way with CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, like on that ball that he dropped, you can tell he was looking to score. He was like, okay, he's not even worried about the catch. It's such a beautiful ball. I'm gonna score. Let me see what move I need to put on this dude to get in the end zone. No, bro. Catch the ball first, man. Catch the ball. Fundamentals. Catch the ball, then make your move. And I think that's what he need to work on. He just need to go back to his fundamentals. Like I said in the other show, even though I ripped him a little bit, he's still talented. Does CeeDee Lamb has the talent to be a number one receiver? Yes. No doubt about it. He has that talent. It's between the ears. He has to make the plays. Period.
I don't know, man. I actually heard Uncle Shannon talking about this earlier today. He's good, bro. He's good. He's a good NFL receiver. I question if he's top 10. He might have top 10 talent, but we have yet to see it. He's certainly not top 5. So could he be the Cowboys' best receiver? Absolutely. Absolutely, no doubt. But top 5, top 10 in the league, we ain't seen that yet. I hope we get to see it this year. Hey, I'm a Cowboy fan. I hope we get to see him show up.
Does he have the talent to be that? Do you think?
I don't know. We ain't seen it yet. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've
seen CD make plays. You've seen
but here's the thing. You've seen Noah Brown make plays. You saw Cedric Wilson last year make plays. You see Michael Gallup make plays. But we talking about number one. We talking about number one receiver, bro.
Yeah, I'm talking about the plays that he makes. CD makes some unbelievable plays, man.
Yeah, but a lot of people do. A lot of people make unbelievable plays. What makes you number one? What makes you number one is consistency. That's what I'm saying. Big plays.
That's why I say we haven't seen that. Do we have the potential to do that? That's all I'm asking. The potential.
Maybe. But here's the thing, man.
Do C. Rob feel he has the potential?
Right now, because I haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
But I hope I can be proven wrong. Okay. By all means, prove me wrong. Go for 1,700 yards this year, please.
I feel he has the potential. Some of the highlights you see him in practice making, some of the plays he make in practice, you see it. I think it's between the ears, bro. That's just me.
Hey, what they used to say, some of my old school Cowboy fans know about this. What they used to say about Alvin Harper, they call him Frylight because he make his biggest highlights on Friday practice. That's what you just described. He's good in practice.
But Alvin Harper doesn't have the talent that CeeDee Lamb had. Like Simp says, it's a lack of focus, man. That ball he dropped, you're not focusing. That's all it is.
But he's good for the drop every game. Like, he's good for those types of drops every game. Number one, I don't do that, bro.
That's because he's not focused. It's between the ears with him. I don't know if it's the number. Remember, I said, man, maybe you need to change that 88. Maybe you need to put on number 2 or something. Number 10.
Yeah, and what I say about number 2, you need to wear number 2 because that first half he played like shit. And yes, complimentary. Yes. Last year, CD was solid. You know why? Because Amari Cooper was the number 1 receiver. Let me ask you this right now, are you willing to give CeeDee Lamb $20 million a year? Because that's what number 1 receiver is getting right now. So you just answered that question.
But I said
he's not number 1.
I didn't say that. It's the potential. I think he has the potential to be that. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying his deal is almost up. You're gonna have to make a decision.
That might be a good thing.
So if you have to make a decision today, and he's like, hey, Mr. J Hits, I need $20 million a year, or I'm walking. What you gonna say?
I'm gonna say go walk and see if you get it, and come back if you don't.
He ain't coming back.
Yes, he's coming back because he haven't done nothing. Like you said, he hasn't done anything to this point to deserve $20 million.
Exactly.
But I get a discount on him. I get a discount. Yeah.
But the Cowboys have told him you're number 1. Number 1 don't.
By numbers, he is the number one receiver.
Yeah, on
By
this
pure
team.
numbers, yeah.
Yeah, on this team. He's young. He needs to learn how to be a one. Coop wasn't a good example, I don't believe. Coop was a professional, but yeah, there was too many times Coop would miss practice, miss games. What we always say, the best ability is availability.
And the thing about Coop will be a no-show on the road.
Yeah.
Coop played well at home. Coop played well at home. You go on the road, Coop will be a no-show.
Yeah, a couple seasons ago, that was a problem. And yeah, Mike, I agree. They should have let him choose his own number. Quit putting that pressure on these young guys, man.
That's
making
Jerry. That is Jerry.
And Mike.
Mike shouldn't even have to say it. Mike shouldn't have to say it. Jerry's the final call. Jerry put the pressure on you because Jerry can do it.
Yep. Look, even Simp, 88, pressure on him. Yep. Should just let him be number 2, bro.
Yeah, that's pressure. That's pressure. He didn't change his number next year. I would change it.
You can't change it now. Now it just look like a pump if you change it.
Oh, you can.
You can't change it from 88.
Man, there's many people changing their numbers. Change it.
That'll make him look weak as hell if he do that at this point.
Man, change it. You look weak right now with it on. You making the number look weak, man. That's why I say change it.
Yeah,
88's don't drop balls, man. 88's don't drop balls.
Excellence. We have gotten spoiled. Hey, this little 88 shirt is not a CD Lamb shirt.
What did Michael ever say? 88, the 8 stand for on
New Beginnings. New Beginnings.
Twice. 2 new beginnings.
Yeah, like man, come on, bro. They really put it on him, man. Hey, like I said, I hope he proves all of us wrong, guys. I hope now he got his wake up call and he just balls out for the rest of his career. I hope. What else we got up here? Hey, real quick. We got the link in the chat, man. If anybody want to come in and chop it up with your boys, man, holler at us. Yeah, we know he ain't want that. Hey, Dez didn't want it either. But Dez balled out in the 88. Yeah, I don't think Antonio Bryant wanted it either.
Jackie Harris neither.
Oh, Jackie wanted it though. But yeah, hey man, y'all, man, make sure y'all like, share. Again, the link is in the comments. You know, if y'all want to join us, let's chop it up.
Yeah, no doubt. Next week, man, the Cowboys got the Commanders.
Hey.
I feel like that's a win, but it is the NFL. You never know. But the one thing about the Cowboys, they got defense and a running game, and that travels, bro. Defense and running game travels anywhere. You know, if you got that, you're gonna be in a lot of games. So I like our chances, man. You know, before we go, man, I got to get a score from you, bro. Got to get a score.
I just want to say this: there are some people that are really excited about this game, and my cousin, Coach Pitt, for one, I want to shout out Coach Pitt. Man, he's a lifelong football team fan. Wishing him luck tonight at Lakeview Centennial, but he already every year he gets on his he gets in his bag and he starts talking mess about this game, bro. And every year I'm like, bro, why are you doing this to yourself, man? Like, we don't care if they do. They call this Dallas week up in Washington. We just call it the next game up. So I know this. They got a D-line. They got a good defense. They got good. The football team.
And he hurt.
Yeah, Chase is hurt, but their defense is still good.
Yeah, Sweat.
They secondary is still solid.
Yeah.
Their skill players, their receivers can play.
Yeah.
But there's one problem. And it's one that we can take advantage of. It is quarterback and offensive line play. Mm-hmm. Did the Eagles sack Carson Wentz 9 times? Dang. I think the Cowboys defense saw that too, and they like, all right, we got to at least get 10.
Yeah.
So I would say for the Cowboys, stop the run. Watch the screens and the draws because they know you're trying to attack the quarterback. Watch screens and draws, and we can still win this game like we did the other two that we won, and we can win something like 20-10, 20-10, 23-13, something like that. Very similar to the previous two games. I feel very confident, and like I said, as long as we're not playing a top quarterback, I'm a kick the Cowboys. Man. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like we're going to win the game. Like you said, they have great skill players. The quarterback is the issue. That boy, Scary Terry, man, over there, receiver. I think he put up 100. He had a 100-yard game last week against Philadelphia. So, they have the ability to move the ball. And think about Carson Wentz, man. 1 or 2, maybe 3 games out the year, he put it together. I hope it's not this week because he does it. He does do that. Every once about 2-3 games out the year, he put it together and he puts on a pretty good performance. But with all that being said, I got the Cowboys winning 28-6, bro.
Oh man. So that 28 means you think we're gonna cut down on the penalties and we're gonna limit the drops. Right?
We're gonna run the ball. That's what's gonna give us 28. Running the ball.
Like Mike said, run game will show up. I hope so. If run game show up, we should be good.
There you go. Zeke over 100. Zeke get 100 yards. It's like there's a stat, man. Like when Zeke get 100 yards, we like damn near undefeated, bro. I don't think Zeke got 100 in him anymore. 80, 90. I think it's Tony got the 100 in him.
He wasn't far off last week. He wasn't far off Monday night.
Yeah, 15 carries.
But yeah, man, there's nothing really about, like you said, what's scary about Washington is if Carson Wentz has one of those games.
Yeah.
And or maybe Cooper Rush's car turns back into a pumpkin or whatever. Like all of a sudden, he ain't that guy no more. And he starts throwing picks. Because he has played some clean games.
And that's what I like about Cooper. Cooper doesn't put the ball in harm's way. That's what Dak did well when he first came into the league. He didn't put the ball in harm's way.
I hope you're right, bro. I hope it's 31. I hope it's one of them where we just sitting back like this the whole fourth quarter. We just chill.
That'll be a big win there. That might it depends on how we get to 31, and that might strike a little controversy.
Yeah, you're right.
If we get to 31 and Coop slinging that thing all over the field.
He got 4 touchdown passes. He threw for 350 yards.
He threw for 300 or something against Minnesota.
Yeah, but he ain't put up 31 points.
No.
It would be nice not to have a come from behind win. Let's just have one of those where we cool and comfortable. Not worried. That would be ideal. So let me ask you something. Do we got time hits? Do we got time today? Do we got time?
We got time today.
Okay. So we kind of like the rest of the media world, man. We kind of just been letting this kind of just slip, bro. Just not really talk about it, but we got to talk about it, bro, because Brett Favre, bro. Brett Favre, I expect the comments to just start lighting up right now. I said Brett Favre. And please, if anybody want to come on and talk about Brett Favre, by all means, let's talk about it. Because this dude is stealing money from the poorest of the poor people. Mississippi is the poorest state in the United States. And this dude's stealing welfare money from the poorest state and the poorest people. And it's not getting talked about. He's not getting prosecuted. And we've seen people get dragged through the media for way less. Jameis, we heard about Jameis and them lobsters for like a couple of weeks, right? We hear about T.O. We heard about Clinton Portis and them dudes. We heard about them when they had their little scheme too. We heard about them. But this, man, they was too happy to start dragging what was going on in Boston. They was too happy to do that. Or what was going on in Phoenix with the Suns owner. Is too happy to bring that stuff up. Or my bad, to cover that stuff up with or cover Brett Favre up that stuff. And I just want to put it out there, man. That's BS, bro. Brett Favre's trash for what he did. He knows what he did. He knows that former governor of Mississippi, he knows. And bro, if me or you stole $300 worth of food stamps, they'd be on our behind. So that same energy needs to be directed towards Brett Favre.
No doubt, man. And that's the thing. It's the amount. Don't forget the amount. It's $3 million. If you defraud the government, anybody defraud the government of $3 million, they'll be in handcuffs right now. Now, I don't know the details of the case. I don't know what happened. I don't know anything about it. Just from the outside looking in, you tell me that somebody defrauded the government for $3 million, I'll be like, okay, so how much jail time they're going to get? Period. That without knowing any details. Like I said, I don't know the details, so I don't want to jump the gun and say anything, but allegedly, he defrauded the Mississippi government for $3 million. Now, like you say, from poor and disenfranchised people. Mind you, the state of Mississippi has a 40% black community in the state. That's a large, which since we only make up 12% as a whole in the United States. So that's a big, large community of black people in that one state. And like I said, he defrauded $3 million. Like I said, I ain't gonna give no big opinion right now because I don't know the details. But if you tell me that he stole, I'm gonna say stole. That's a bad word. Defrauded the government for $3 million, then yeah, something has to be done. He needs to pay some fines, some probation, some community service, something.
Bro, it's jail time. But here's the thing. Rich people don't go to jail. Rich people don't go to prison for this type of stuff because they all do it.
Rich people go to jail. They go.
Not for this.
Expensive people go to jail for money laundering and doing crooked stuff with money. Inside trader. Martha Stewart went to jail. You know, you goes to jail. That's the thing. I'm like, why this dude is not? No one is saying anything. What is Brett Favre doing to make this just kind of go away? You know, man, it's a crazy story, dog. When I heard it, I was like, what? Do we need the money like that? I thought Brett Favre made plenty of money in his career.
No, he just didn't want to use his. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, I'd love to give you some of my money, like, hey, to help you out. But you know what would be even better? Let me get it from somebody else and give it to you.
And I have another question. Was it in food stamps?
I think it was from that, bucket of money.
Okay.
It was from the welfare fund.
Okay. He stole money, though. It was cash money, not for food.
Hey, and the governor was in on it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And I don't think either one of them are being prosecuted.
That's crazy. And this is the same. This is the same state now that the city of Jackson doesn't have clean water. Is that the same state?
That's the same state, bro.
And you have an NFL player worth millions of dollars,
hundreds of millions. Yep.
Steal $3 million. That $3 million could have went towards Jackson, them people in Jackson to get clean water, bro.
Yep.
I heard the water's so toxic you can't even take a bath.
Dang.
And you got this guy. Come on now.
Yeah.
Like
To
I said,
build.
I don't know the details, and
volleyball.
I'm not gonna give any opinion on it because I don't know the details. I'm just saying on the outside looking in, if this happened, that happened, this what should happen. That's all I'm saying about it.
Hey man, all I'm gonna say is I seen a dude get his neck crushed over allegedly using a counterfeit $20 bill. So if law enforcement really willing to kill somebody over $20, what's $3 million?
I seen the United States United States government passed legislation to go after the people who got the PPP loans, like a special committee of people. They got the PPP loans.
Hey, that's a whole. Hey, we can talk about that for a minute because there's a lot of famous people that got hundreds of millions of dollars and got them forgiven. But low-level people that got hundreds of thousands of dollars, yo, they going to jail. It's a trip, bro. Yeah. It was to build a volleyball arena at Mississippi. Wait, not Mississippi State, Southern Miss, at his alma mater, and his daughter was on the volleyball team. That's what it was for. So not for the youth, not for just the youth of Mississippi, but specifically for a college that already gets money, I'm sure, from the state, gets money from its alumni. And again, Brett Favre has made over $100 million in his career.
So they saying that's what he used the money for?
Yeah, he used it to build a new volleyball arena at Southern Miss.
It doesn't matter. You stole it. If you stole it, you stole it. Period.
Yeah, and look, he probably got a write-off for doing it.
Yeah, a tax break.
Yeah. Hey man, this system works for some, man. Good stuff, man. But hey, man, I just wanted to make sure we brought that up, and you know we ain't hiding from that type of subject matter either. We gonna talk sports, but it's sports related because hey, it's Brett Favre,
the most overrated quarterback in the National Football League. So, man, with that being said, say, man, if you're watching the show, hit the like button, share it. We appreciate the support, man. Another Cowboys victory is always fun to come over here and talk football, especially when the Cowboys win. Unfortunately, the Longhorns didn't get the dub, but this week they play West Virginia and they're trying to bounce back from that. So we'll see how that go. You got any closing? Hey,
man, as always, shout out to the American truck drivers. We appreciate y'all. Keep doing what you do. Shout out to everybody else that commented, that liked. Make sure you tell a friend, as my boy say, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit the little bell. If you're on YouTube, hit that little bell, man. And help your boys out, man. We family over here. And hey, man, we appreciate y'all, and we love what we do. And we want to keep doing it every week, man. And hopefully we just keep talking about wins, man. Talking about wins are fun. Talking about L's, that's not fun at all. And hey, man, we all gas, no breaks over here.
That's right, man. And with that being said, man, I'm your boy, Jay Hits.
And I'm C-Rock.
Mind you to always be stronger than your strongest critic. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for watching today's episode. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. We'll see you next time on the Hit Zone.